Okay, so here we are back at the home screen, and I'm going to teach you guys how to discover different types of music on the platform to ensure that you're not wasting any time when you go to the platform. You want to make for sure that you kind of get in and get out and get the music that you need, right? So we're going to start over here at the browser and kind of explain the different features that are here that will assist you in finding music. So here, when you go up to Discover, you will see pieces of music that is related to what you placed in the settings over here. So if you remember on setup in our settings tutorial, you had described these which types of basically which types of music that you're interested in. For example, I chose orchestral, classical, and logo, intro, outro, bumper. So I'm going to click save here. And so once I click save, I can go back over here, and the tracks that are closely related to the type of music that you're interested in will start to populate in the Discover page. So one of the things that you'll see here is recently played. So any tracks that you have gone in and listened to, a lot of those will play or show up through here, and this will show new releases that have just come out onto the platform based on your search results. And then it'll show you the most popular tracks of the week and what tracks they recommend you to listen to based on the type of music that you've been searching for. So that is the Discover page. As you see, you can click on here and it just shows more tracks going through, and you can kind of this right now, the only thing that's been played in this account has been this. But yeah, so you go over here to new music. This is best new releases. Our algorithm basically is set up to track likes and dislikes, as well as our rating system and the overall plays of those tracks. So depending on how popular the track is, the algorithm kind of mashes all that information together and yields the best new releases results, as well as giving you the top latest music in the platform. Here in top music, it gives you a top 20. So, and then if you want to go down here to see all, it will kind of give you more information on these tracks and give you the genres that are associated with those tracks as well. It'll give you top 50 of any of the genres that are currently labeled here and available on the platform. So you just select on that genre and it'll populate over here for you to take a look at. So once you go back over here, you'll see down here, currently there's no albums that are generated in the software as of yet. This edition will be coming here about 2 weeks after our official launch, but you'll be able to upload full albums of your music to set at one sync licensing album price, and these albums will start to populate and can be researched as well. Music Match allows you to take you through kind of a journey on searching for music. So you start off by looking at your genres. So let's decide. I don't know. Let's pick orchestra. So we're going to pick orchestral music. So here, now that we've picked orchestral music, everything that's in the orchestral catalog is going to show up on the side here, and as well as the general subcategories for orchestral music. So you can see we've got orchestral choral, orchestral fantasy, romance, intimate. So you can go down and basically kind of select the type of music that you're looking for based on the catalog of orchestral music. So maybe I want to look at romance. So you can see we've got 2 tracks currently in here for romance. Maybe if I want to look at romance and action, you'll see those 2 catalogs pop up right here. So we're going to stop there. You can kind of keep going. You could select all day long to kind of get the type of music that you're looking for with the subcategories. But it narrows down your search to a few tracks that are within the ballpark of what you're looking for. So now we got to go even farther. We got to get a little bit more specific. So once you've kind of selected your tracks, your genres, we're going to go on to this next page here, which gives you all kinds of ways to narrow your search down even farther. So maybe you want to search for tempo, for a slower scene or a faster scene, that type of thing. So currently the tempo marking is registering the highest tempo that we currently have under romance and action is 96 BPM. So we can slow it down, speed it up. You can see as we slowed it down, one of the tracks was lost, and so on and so forth. Same thing with the pricing. As you sway the pricing calculator, depending on how much these tracks cost for your sync licensing, they start to disappear. So right now there's nothing that is in the range of 300 and 500. This is our rating system, which we will talk about in another video, but to give you a little bit of brief snapshot on this is every track that is populated into our system is rated by a music professional based on certain criteria that we will go over in another video. But you can see some of these tracks will have a 5-star rating, some of them will have, all the way up from 0 to 5. Next, since we've kind of set our price, our tempo, what we're looking for, we can decide whether or not we want to look for a royalty-free track or not. So in this case, I want royalty-free. I don't want to have to pay royalties on my tracks that I'm looking for. So we're going to dwindle it down. So now we see that we've got 2 tracks that are royalty-free and under romance and action. Next, we can decide whether or not these tracks are exclusive or non-exclusive, or maybe you're looking for both in the catalog. You're looking for a combination of different tracks. So in this case, I'm going to click non-exclusive. We can see that both of these tracks are non-exclusive tracks. Currently, right now, there are no tracks under orchestral romance and action that are exclusive tracks. So we'll go back here to non-exclusive. And we can also choose to select by instrumentation. So let's say we're looking for specific instruments in that piece of music, specifically in the romance and action piece. So maybe we're looking for strings, maybe we're looking for piano. So I'll click done, and now you can see piano and strings. We've got a track that at least has piano and strings in it, but that other track didn't have strings or piano in it. So now we're just narrowed down to the nitty gritty. We've got a single track that matches orchestral romance action with the specifications that you have set up for what you're looking for. And so after that, what you can do is you can go in and select and highlight it and listen to the piece of music, or you could go down to creating a playlist. So you could actually create a playlist of all these tracks here. So right now, I will create a quick playlist. Let's go to desktop. We'll add a fancy picture. We'll upload that picture there. So you have a couple options for the playlist here. You can actually choose to show your playlist to the public, or you can keep your playlist private. So in this case, I'm going to keep my playlist private, and I'm going to label this as my orchestral search. So I'm going to create this playlist. The playlist is going to populate, and then I'm going to add this track to my playlist by clicking my orchestral search. All right, now we've got a playlist of a single track or in this case, this could have been multiple tracks here that you can look at, or potentially even just purchase that playlist as a whole. So if you go down to my playlist, you'll see the playlist show up here, and it gives you the list of songs that are in that playlist, and you've got the ability to edit pretty much the playlist pretty much any time, so you can edit the information there. But if you go to the actual playlist itself, it shows what the current sync licensing fees are combined with the amount of tracks that are in there. And then if you go here, you can add it to a different playlist, or you can just completely remove this track from this playlist if it's not what you're looking for. Okay, so if you move on down here, another way to search is actually searching the public playlist. So maybe you are looking for video game specific music, or maybe you are looking for orchestral playlists. People that put their playlists up to the public, you can actually search these playlists to find pre-built catalogs that could be of interest to you depending on the specific type of music that you're looking for. So in this case, the Avec Audio account, our admin account has two different public playlists currently that have music for video games and orchestral playlists. So at which point you can search these. There'll be multiple more later on as the software populates. But if you click here, it'll actually take you to their website. But if you click down here, it'll take you to the playlist, so you can search the playlist, click on one of these to listen to, and you can see total how much the purchase is here for the entire playlist. You can add it to cart. You can share this playlist with your team. You can click play, and it'll start playing the list, so you can kind of pick and choose what type of music that you're looking for. Another way to search is by just simply going up here. So let's just do this again. I'm looking for orchestral music. So I'm going to click search, and it pulls up search results for songs in the orchestral genre. And so instead of getting a little bit more specific with the subgenres that are attached to those tracks, it's just basically the same similar setup as Music Match here, only you can just kind of do a quick search with your tempo, your pricing, how high the tracks are rated based on our rating criteria, and so on and so forth. This right here is an added additional feature. It basically allows you to just disable all of this information here, which will just populate everything underneath your search here. The other thing that you can do is when you're searching for orchestral, there could be albums that show up. In this case, there's no albums for orchestral music. But as we saw earlier with playlists and the public playlists, there was a playlist that was set up with orchestral music inside of it. So anything with orchestral, or basically with the orchestral in the name, it populated here as the playlist. So you could search this playlist for music for that specific genre or that area of music. You can also choose to look for specific artists. So let's say, you're working with an artist and you're just kind of looking up their account. So maybe I'm looking for my friend Andrew. So I'm going to click on Andrew and go over to here. Right now, here's Andrew's account. So we can click on Andrew, and here's Andrew's profile, and it allows us to get in contact with him and see his music. So we can search his music on the platform here under his activities, under his latest songs, under his store, and maybe he's got some albums. This will show his top songs, and this will show any playlist that he has available for everybody to view. And so outside of that, if you are just completely not able to find any type of music whatsoever on this platform that's meeting your needs, the next step is for you to either reach out to someone on the platform that has a closely related track that might be close but not exactly what you're looking for. So you could talk to them about creating a custom music license, which will be in another video, or you could simply create a public request for music. So this is one of the ways that composers know how to write specifically for you and for the buyers, and be able to pitch their music to what buyers are looking for. So if you're looking for music relatively quickly, probably a good way to do that is to go in and actually create a public post. So this is actually kind of like a Craigslist, where your settings here are, let's say, so for example, let's say that I'm looking for contemporary singer songwriter music, or me as the composer is looking to write contemporary singer songwriter music. So if I click search, currently there's a listing by the Avec Audio admin that allows us to that allows us. I'll go back in here. Um, Currently right here. So if you click on the view, it'll take us over to the admin page underneath the music pitch that will show you your potential writing opportunity. Or in the event that you're a buyer, you can also just create a public post that will show up by just by you just filling in this information here. You'll fill out what you're looking for. You'll click post underneath a specific genre, your budget, the due date, and then it'll populate in here for your composers to search. And so once they find something that the composer finds something that meets their criteria for composing, and let's say they might already have a track that they could pitch to you, they can go here to submit a link of music, and they'll be able to submit the music here, as well as once everything is submitted, you can click here to view any tracks down underneath of this for you to be able to kind of decide if that's the right music for you, or maybe you want to reach out to them for further information about additional music that you would like them to write and do custom licensing for. So that's basically how you search for music on the platform. It's pretty straightforward. We're pretty proud of the whole Craig's kind of the what I'm calling kind of like the Craigslist feature with Music Pitch, which basically allows people to pitch their music to your postings when you're looking for music. So, all right, so that concludes searching for music on our platform.